Welcome aboard Wednesdays. Market SITREP here, Top Gun Options, Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. And June 6th, 1944, what was that, 74 years ago today? So your day at the beach today is brought to you by their day at the beach. Imagine being an 18, 19-year-old kid in a Higgins boat as this ramp went down, and you're just greeted with withering German machine gun fire. What an absolute horror. But not for these men. I might not be, you might not be sitting here right now. Please take a moment to reflect on D-Day today. And take also a moment, especially in light of just the ridiculous childlike behavior of the Philadelphia Eagles by saying, hey, Mr. President, 80 of us are coming, and then the day before saying, yeah, we're going to send about 5 people in the mascot. They did it on purpose. It's rude. Oh, well, but we can reschedule for next week when, if you're at least an educated person, you know that the president, everybody else in the world knew that the president's going to be in Singapore next week. So you don't move the president's schedule around, folks. It was rude and childish. Why am I ranting about that? Because a generation, these were 18, 19, 20-year-old kids at Omaha Beach, and our allies, our Canadians, everybody else, the Brits. A generation of 18, 19-year-olds today taught to disrespect its flag, our values, our country, will never defend it. So God forbid we get another Hitler, because what are we going to do? Hit him with bongs and dildos? It's very disheartening to me, folks. But anyway, on a lighter note, I'm actually getting ready. Hey, today, for all my members, today at 1 o'clock, we're going to do a joint accelerated retirement and analyze your trade session, because tomorrow I'm actually going to be in Dallas. I'm giving a keynote to the Mothers Against Drunk Driving national staff, man, about 28 people in charge of this. And the Sun Sentinel over the weekend had a kind of their society section. We were on the cover of it. There's my good friend Heather. She's the head of MADD down here in Florida, and Top Gun Options. Thank you to all you folks, because you actually did the work. We donated the most single organization in their history down here. We donated. You guys donated about $23,000. So thank you for all that you do for just a truly horrific and stupid crime that should be stomped out, that devastates people, as I'm here to tell you, for the rest of their life. Okay, let's get to work. Hey, first of all, can we take any more winning? Right? Look at this headline. The U.S. trade gap narrowed 2.1% in April. That's called winning, folks. Under 8 years of our Manchurian candidate, Barack Hussein Obama, our trade deficit exploded. What's Trump trying to do? Make a fair deal. God forbid you have a fair agreement. How many of you would run a business where you run a $800 billion deficit with some of your partners? Are you that stupid? And the media can't give this guy, whether it's potential peace in Korea or trying to make fair agreements, and it looks like the Chinese are blinking too. So not only did our trade deficit narrow, China the other day said, hey, I'll tell you what, we'll buy 700 billion of U.S. products to fend off this trade war. Winning. Folks, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like not to have a politician or an attorney in charge of this country, but a businessman or a businesswoman. I've had it. Things are turning around. We got bullish on oil yesterday with a bull put spread on the XLE, but there's a lot of volatility going on in oil. Banks are really raising their oil price forecast based on geopolitical risks. The OPEC alliance with Russia that was agreed to recently is already, shocker, already showing signs of fracturing. There's a June 22nd meeting. So yesterday we put on a bull put spread on the XLE. Going out to June 22nd, or around June 22nd, I think oil's going to catch a rally here, taking a look at the XLE. And remember, folks, I haven't even mentioned the word Iran in a little bit, right? We have 3 to 6 months, actually about 2 to 5 months before a lot of those old sanctions that Barack Hussein Obama, got rid of, and Trump just put back into place. Because unless you're a small child, you believe that Iran is building weapons of mass destruction. And you know Iran's sitting there watching what happens with North Korea, because we're coming for them next. You chant death to America and step on our flag on a daily basis and tell us when you get nukes, you're going to kill all of us. We're coming for you first. Thank God for President Trump. Brazil, the central bank had to intervene yesterday. Our strong dollar is really kicking Brazil in the teeth, and the trucker strike over the past couple weeks didn't help. So we had a little bit of a rally here. This was not a short squeeze. This was people saying, okay, it looks like the all clear sounded, and then essentially the Brazilian Fed had to step in to save capitalism. There's a dead cat bounce. This thing's heading lower. It's time to pound this thing into the dirt. If we have some time, we're going to talk about that in our joint session at 1 o'clock. But I got to be honest with you, folks, even with all the scary stuff going on around the world, there's no place like home. Right? Where are you going to go? I just showed you Brazil. China's moving sideways. Russia's a little scary. I wouldn't be anywhere but here right now. So we're heading higher on global trade signals. Trade tensions and political uncertainty remain threats. Italy's trying to get its clown car together. I love what the new Italian what do they call him? Prime Minister said. He's like, hey, if you're an illegal immigrant or you're a Muslim immigrant coming here to do harm, pack your bags. We're sending you back home. Good-looking dude. Amazon, we just can't keep winning. We've had our winning trades on Amazon. We are printing money on Amazon. We got a weekly options trade on. I said to get out of it the next day after it was up about 70% in a day. Both spreads that we covered on Monday in our weekly options brief are up to about an 80 or 90% profit of the credit that was taken in. So I'd get out of those things just because it looks like well, if we look at that, we crossed 1,700 in Amazon, folks. We also had a June 18 that expires. That trades would expire on June 15th. That was up, what, $2,300 in a week and a half. So I also sent out a text alert yesterday to get out of that thing. We are absolutely crushing it in Amazon, and that is the Death Star, man. WYNN. So we're going to talk about WYNN in a little bit. So a downgrade the other day on WYNN and a little bit of a miss on some Macau growth. But this stock is cheap. When you see, and thankfully we had nearly $50,000 since we started trading WYNN. We started trading WYNN literally in a live trade brief when there was breaking news that Steve Wynn might be. What's his name? Oprah's best friend, the pervert. Oh, Harvey Weinstein. When this happened, we've been trading WYNN for, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, about a little over 5 months, and we were almost at about 50 grand in profits. We could take 3 grand off of that because I had an iron condor that got blown out of the bottom here as it imploded. So we had on a bear call spread up here that hit max profit, and the bull put spread just got kicked fully in the gut for a max loss. Doesn't matter. The max loss in that trade was only 3 grand. So when you're up 50 in trades on WYNN and you lose 3, that is 47. If anybody's going to wank about being up $47,000 in closed WYNN trades, you got problems if you lose on one. Facebook roaches, more breaking news today on Facebook and the roaches in their kitchen. As Jeffrey Gunlock said, my spirit animal, who also predicted the Trump presidency in the market rally, just as I did, this thing it's heading down eventually, folks. I know I said I got bearish on it around here, and of course, what did it do? It did that. The chickens are coming home to roost. I'm going to be right on Facebook. It's just a matter of timing. So is it around in 2 years? Yeah, probably. But the way this thing survives is without Zuck as the CEO. He's just, it's not good. First of all, he's not a human being. He acts like he's an android. You need somebody running that. Move him, promote him to chief booger eater. Whatever you want to do, he can't be the CEO. It's almost like Elon Musk. They are great entrepreneurs. They are horrible CEOs. Speaking of Elon Musk, he just barely survived a shareholder vote as he's trying to get out of this Model 3 production hell. The refunds or the refund requests for the Model 3s have gone through the roof. Tesla's another one of those stocks that eventually the chickens are going to come home to roost. Whenever you have a CEO right here tweet and joke about being bankrupt, never mind, I was joking, April Fools, and then a week later saying, oh yeah, we might need to raise more capital, you don't want to be in that stock, or you want to be long-term bearish on it. Like I said, Musk Mayday, Tesla Model 3 deposit refunds soar, and there's a lot more stuff going on here, but I've gone a little long-winded, especially with our Mothers Against Drunk Driving, good PR, and then just a reminder that DDay. Just imagine being one of these kids. I mean, thousands of these guys got mowed down that day, and even the airborne drop behind enemy lines was scattered all over the place. So just take a moment, and if you have kids, to just remind them on this day, a lot of young kids got killed so that we may be free, so that overly paid, pretentious assholes can run around on a field and play a game with a ball and preach to us about values. You guys can kiss my ass. I've been an Eagles fan for 49 years. Ever since I came out of my mother, I've been an Eagles fan, but I've never been more ashamed to be an Eagles fan. Somebody throws you a huge party and you cancel the day before and ask them to move it. Who the hell do you think you are? Grow up, Jeffrey Laurie, and Chris Long and all you other guys. You're an absolute disgrace to the city of brotherly love. Okay. I got to run. I got to pack for Dallas, and then I got to get ready for our 1 o'clock joint session here. So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll see many of you guys at 1 o'clock for our joint session.